Anna, starting off then, how do you put into words your 2025 season so far? Because it has been quite a year.
It has. I guess I just put it into like I found my joy again. I got my spark back. I think the beginning of this year I really didn't know what to expect and I really didn't believe in myself. I like ran one indoor race and then I was like, I'm not ready, and just like went back to training for 3 months instead of doing world indoors. And I'm really glad that I did that. And I think I came into outdoors like just with a mission to prove to myself that I still loved track, and that I could still enjoy competing, since it had been a long time since I'd been able to do that due to injuries and things like that. So I'm really happy to feel like I have my fire back finally.
When you say the fire back, coming back from injuries, do you feel like you're a lot more resilient now than you used to be? And how much have you learned through that period?
Yeah, I feel like I've grown so much as an athlete, and I think both my injuries, honestly, I feel like God was using them to test me, and I think it was kind of growing me into the person that was necessary to actually achieve the things that that I'm praying for and the dreams that I've had since I was younger. So I'm thankful for them now, even though they were terrible during it. But I do feel like I have a stronger sense of peace, and I'm a lot more unshakable as an athlete. Even during my heptathlon at Gotzi's, there were so many times where I could have just panicked. Third attempt throws, I think I just handled those situations better because I've firsthand seen how much worse it can get. I can tell myself, like, you've pulled yourself back from, like, literally the depths of depths. Like, having a bad first attempt isn't a big deal.
And on GOTS, it's 7,032 points, if I'm correct in saying there. What was your initial reaction to that tally? Because it got a lot of attention.
My initial reaction was definitely shock. I think, like I said, coming into this season, I really didn't know what to expect. I didn't set number goals for like the first time ever. I just was like, I want to enjoy this again. And I think coming off of injury and having had scored 6,900 points, I was like, I think it's unfair of myself to expect 7,000 points. So I was really just trying to be fair with myself, and finishing and scoring that there, I was in shock. I think the realistic goal I had for the weekend was like 67.50 and a win. So when I crossed the line,
Slightly different.
I was like, oh, like we are like back, and I feel like it proved to myself that when I'm healthy, like really special things can happen, and that ultimately that was what was holding me back, and not that I couldn't do it or something like that.
I think a lot of people off the back of that thought, whoa, your ceiling is incredibly high. And then obviously the comparisons to Jackie began, and everyone went, oh, Anna's going to break the world record at some point in her career. I mean, what did you make of the reaction generally, and what do you think your ceiling is?
I think the reaction was exciting to me. I think I had the same one, because it's like I was still waiting for my speed to get back, and still improving in the throws, and still a lot to gain in the long jump and the javelin. So to score that high that way, I was like, okay, wow, we do maybe have a lot of room to grow. This is really exciting. So it was fun for other people to see that too. But I know people now forever are always going to be like, well, when is the world record coming? When is the world record coming? And just like 7,000 points. I think before Gotzi's in the interview, I said, like, I'm not going to let anybody rush me. I'm still very young, and Jackie put that score out there. So like, I will be fighting my butt off to chase it down. But it'll be in the timeline that I'm meant to develop, and that my coaches are trying to develop me at.
I mean, how important has she been for you as a person, and I guess as an athlete? Obviously, you've probably seen the YouTube videos of her when she competed as well. You guys embraced at the end of the US Champs when you got that title. How important is she for you?
Yeah, she's been incredible. I mean, I feel like there's not very many people get to have their role model like present for their kind of rise in the sport. And not only is she present and around, she's like in my corner. She's cheering me on the way. She's consulting with my coaches when they're sometimes, like, hey, we have a question about this. And she's texting me with encouragement all the time. And she's calling me to make sure I have my head right and things like that. So it's been incredible, and honestly just like so humbling. I'm like, I can't believe that you're rooting for me and that you believe in me. It kind of almost in the times where I was maybe doubting myself during my injuries and comebacks, I was like, okay, well, if like the person I look up to most in this sport is telling me that I can do this, like maybe I should believe in myself.
And I mean, reflecting on Paris, I mean, in terms of, I guess, resilience and self-determination, I mean, how do you process that now ahead of the next major global champs in Tokyo?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't really know. I don't know still how I feel about Paris. That is just something I'm going to have to, it's going to live in limbo maybe forever. Because it was very bittersweet. I mean, it was my first Olympics, so I was super excited to be there, and that was a blessing and a dream come true. But at the same time, I wanted a lot more, and I know I'm capable of a lot more. So that will always sting a little bit. But I think stepping into this World Champs, it's a good chance to kind of prove to myself that no, I'm better than scoring 60. I don't even remember my score because I don't want to remember my score. 65 or 66, whatever 100 points it is at the world stage, like we're better than that. So I think it'll be very satisfying to hopefully show myself that here.
And finally for me, looking ahead to Tokyo, of course, I mean, I guess the definition of success for you will be standing on the top of that podium, but how do you process that journey to get to that point?
Yeah, I think it's been so much more challenging than I ever could have imagined. And I really am thankful for the ways that I feel like God has forced me to grow up in it. And He's blessed me with the right people on my team. And the people around me really made the journey, because we joke that they brought me back from all these injuries, but they brought me back kicking and screaming. I wasn't like ready to go with them. I was like, no, we can't do it. Like, this is terrible and things like that. So I think this meet is like almost for them. It's for all of us as like Team Anna, of like, look what we did and this comeback that we were able to do to get back to fighting for global medals.
Cool.